So this video is what this channel is about. If you're looking to unlock your potential and find your happiness and really own your happiness and take control of your happiness, stick around. I'll be explaining what that means. Right, so you're still here. You want to take control of your happiness. What do I mean by that? Are we on the same page? So, do you believe that you're in control of your life? It's hard to know if you don't, because you might not have asked yourself that question. If you just have doubts, reservations, nagging thoughts, things like that are getting in the way of your happiness, that probably means you're not in control of it. What does that mean to be in control? It doesn't mean that you never get sad, but it means that you understand the things that you're doing that you can change. There are things out of your control, but that ultimately everything comes down to perception. I'm the sort of person that always explores. I'm always trying new things, products, different types of meditation, things like cold showers, different food, diets. I experiment to find out what works. So maybe I can save you time so you don't have to do all that experimentation. That would be great. Ultimately, you can take what you want and leave the bits that you don't want. So maybe you just want certain reviews for certain products, diets, things like that. But if you just want to live comfortably, in a state of almost apathy, kind of like, a walking zombie, this isn't the place for you. This place is going to wake you up. It might be a slap in the face, but it doesn't need to be. It will be what you make it. Happiness here doesn't mean a fleeting pleasure. It's not a quick fix. It's not a dopamine rush. Although it might be from time to time, but it's understanding the root of happiness. And so in that, also the root of suffering. In order for you to understand what truly makes you happy, then you need to explore that. An exploration needs to take place, and you need to push boundaries within yourself. Ultimately, it comes down to a state of openness. If you are open to the things that are around you and accepting of what is there, you can find true happiness in any moment. It doesn't matter what's happening. As soon as you are fully acceptant of that, it becomes enjoyable. All suffering comes from either wanting something that you haven't got or not wanting something that's present. I went for a walk today. It was amazing. And I didn't do anything special. I was just present on the walk. I could talk about, so when you're present like that, there's so many moments you can talk about. It's hard to just group it as one thing. It's like, oh, there's that memory, I went for that walk. But when you're present, every moment is special. There's 100 or more moments on that walk that I can recall. But it was sunny when I started, and it ended up raining, and I could see the rain coming in from a distance, and I was just present, and I was aware of all like subtle changes, like the first raindrop that fell, the wind change, the temperature change, and I was just making myself present with each moment as I stepped through it. And when the rain finally came, I was still present, and I found that in that moment, I might sometimes find myself to be uncomfortable in the rain. It's cold here. I live in England. It was kind of weird rain. It was like half snow, half hail. It couldn't make its mind up what it was doing. Well, it knew what it was doing. I guess I couldn't decide what I wanted it to be, but I was walking and I was just observing things that were around me, and people, as the rain came, they hunch up, they hide, and the suffering isn't that you experience. So sure, it's rain. You might say that's not suffering. It's a window into understanding what suffering is, because that negative feeling that you have is completely self-created. I had a realization today. It is a belief. Now, I do believe this. It doesn't mean that it's correct necessarily, but at least for the time being, this seems to be true to me. And it's that in my life, I feel that I have experienced the depth of suffering, actually through meditation, something that is quite often sold as something that's nice, unlocked some of the worst feelings I've ever experienced. And I'm confident in saying that is that's the depth of suffering. Now, if you don't know where I'm coming from when I say that, what I mean is I understand my own suffering. So suffering is unique to the individual, but I understand the depths of my suffering. And the realization that I had today was that there's a limit on that, but there's no limit on joy and happiness. It's really hard to open ourselves up. We are born, I think, open. If you watch kids, they're joyful, but they're also raw. Like, small things hurt them, and as we grow, we build these defenses around our feelings as they get hurt. The trick is not to do that, because by putting those walls up, you're numbing yourself essentially, and you're numbing yourself to the potential of each moment. You have the potential in every moment to experience incredible joy and happiness. And this channel isn't all about talking, because what I'm saying I've known for a long time, but it doesn't always help to know that. Intellectualizing doesn't always help. There'll be some of that here, but I'll be giving you practical things that you can do to take steps towards unlocking that. So sometimes it's simple, right? Life, you can perceive it in a multitude of ways. I always think that when I'm in a good place, life seems amazing. It feels like an adventure. It's magical, right? When I'm in a bad place, it's the opposite. And I'm going to give you steps that can get you out of that bad place, because I've been there and I know how to get out of that place. I know what habits cause that. And if I can help you move from a bad place to a good place, that's perfect. I mean, maybe you're not in that bad place. That works too. Like, I want this channel to appeal to people at different stages of their journey, people that are just starting out, who have just hit their lowest point and they're like, wow, I need to change my life. If that's you, I want to help you. I also want to help people who are, energized and they found a new lease of life and everything in between, right? So anything that I can do to help you. I mean, leave comments, send me a message. I don't know if you can do that on YouTube. I'm kind of new, but just get in contact. I'll read the comments. Positivity is welcome. I will help you any way that I can, okay? But you have to understand, at the end of the day, you are in control, whether you believe it or not. Now, there's something in that, right? You can pay attention to the moment. You can do this now. This is an exercise you can do right now. So just sit. I'll center myself. So hopefully that will center you. So right. Pay attention to your thoughts, okay? Just observe them. Try to have a distance from them. Understand that you can just observe that thought and that it doesn't have to be consuming. It's something that can be observed. So there's separation there, right? Now, think about it in your mind, if you can, for a second. Do you believe you're in control of your happiness? If you do, great. If not, play with that in your mind. Just give yourself the doubt for a second. Allow doubt in and be like, oh, what if I'm not in control? Okay. Try and hold on to what that felt like. Not forever, just for a moment. Now, let's do the opposite. Let belief in for a second. Let yourself believe that you can be happy. That you visualize it. What does that mean to you? Okay? Done? Maybe pause the video if you need a bit more time. What I want to point out here is that in the moment you doubted that you were in control, you were not in control of your happiness, right? Something else came. But then in the moment that you believed that you were in control, positivity came, okay? And maybe that didn't happen for you right here and now. Maybe you need to go away and take time to do that. But I guarantee your beliefs will instantly shape your happiness. Right there and then, there's something called the law of nature, and that's what it's referred to in Vipassana, which is a meditation I do. And I'd heard it talked about, and I had an understanding of it, and now I have another one. There's always steps to understanding, levels to understanding, but what I understand now is how it really works, because that exercise that we just did there is how the law of nature works. It's guiding you towards your best self. If you feel bad like that, then it's the universe, if you like, if you want to talk in those terms, or maybe just some deep psychological part of yourself. How you perceive this is, well, I guess it's everything, but it doesn't matter. What's important is that you understand that when you feel good, you should keep doing that, right? And that doesn't mean like a deep goodness, something that you really know is good, not something where your conscience is like, should I be doing this? Something that you know is right. You will feel that. And that's the law of nature to me, right? It's like you've got this inner guidance system telling you what to do. So I'll give an example. Love and hate, right? Everyone knows about love and hate. Think of someone, maybe someone that has annoyed you this week, or it could be anyone. It could be something serious. It could be as simple as, I don't know, maybe someone cut you off while you were driving, something that aggravated you, right? In that moment where you become aggravated at that person, you feel bad. That's the universe telling you not to feel that way, okay? If instead you just feel love for that person, you just feel compassion, maybe they're in a rush, maybe something terrible has happened, you don't even need to understand it, you just need to understand that they're another person with their own problems. As soon as you feel that love for that person, you feel good, okay? Now, if you can really understand that, that can be a revelation in itself. You've got this inner guidance system guiding you towards what is beneficial for you and what is going to make you feel bad. Now, it can be hard to accept this. And some people will have switched off at that suggestion already. And if you're still here, I really hope that this can help you. I honestly do. But it means not only by accepting that you're in control, you now have a great responsibility. And you have to say to yourself, wow, okay, so the reason I feel bad is because of things that I've done. Because it always is. I'm going to do other videos on it, but there's the law of attraction, if you've ever heard of that. If you haven't, I'll do another video on it, or you can look up other stuff if mine's not here yet. Like, I don't want you to be tied to this channel, okay? I want you to explore life and find things out. So I'll put some, at the end of the video, I'll put a link to some videos that are great for that. But essentially, the basic idea is that how you feel and how you think. So if you will attract that same thing to you. So if you're feeling and thinking, like I said, it's mostly about feeling. If you're feeling positive, if you feel good, more good things will happen to you. And if you feel bad, more bad things will happen to you. That's the basic premise, right? And I'm excited for you. I'm excited for me because I'm on this path. But I'm excited for you as well because I can share this with you, and we can go on this journey together. So that's really what this channel is about. It's probably also going to be a lot about me going off on tangents because that's what I do. Maybe the channel's also to give people around me a little break sometimes. But yeah, if you're here, if you like what you hear, and you are here, be here. And it helps the channel out if you subscribe. It helps me to reach other people. Same with if you like the videos, okay? If it suits you.